Okay, this is how to make pie crust condensed version. In the food processor, you would have 1 cup of flour, 1 pinch of salt, about a tablespoon of sugar, and you would just mix that up. That's where we're at right now. So make sure everything is, the lid is on, and just pulse. More pulse. There we go. Okay, so that's all mixed up. Now, I'm doing 3, so that's why there looks like there's so much. 3 crusts, but for every crust, it's a stick of butter. You know. And you gotta cut it up. Cut up the butter. And then you add it into your processor. I add it in all at once. I forgot to mention this part, but your butter should be cold. Not frozen, but cold. And then you slice it into like little squares and put it in there. Again, I'm making 3, so it's gonna look really crazy, like lots of butter. But anyway, usually I try and disperse that a little bit, but okay. So I'm gonna put the on here. Oops, sorry. There we go. And I'm gonna pulse it just to mix it in. Really, you don't want to go like this. And you always want to look like, I didn't do that very much. And see how I got nice big chunks of coated butter? That means it's time to stop pulsing and get your ice water ready. So let me get the ice water ready. All right, so you got ice water. And you don't want the ice to get in there, so you can take the ice out if you want, or just pour carefully. But you want to run the food processor and pour the ice in there, or pour the water in there, not the ice, slowly until it starts to form a ball, and then you stop. You don't want it to be liquidy or wet. Okay, so here I'm gonna do this. Put it on low and get ready to pour. And how much water? For 1 crust, it's about 4 to 6 tablespoons. I don't really measure anymore. I just eyeball it because I know what it looks like in the food processor. So. Good time to check it. I always like check it by opening it up, and then you just want to see if it sticks to the side of. See, it's still kind of powdered. Well, actually, yeah, it's a little bit powdery still, so it's almost there. But remember, I'm doing 3 crusts, so it needs a lot more water than 1 crust would need. That's a good sign right there. Starts to kind of, looks like you could put it in a ball together, then it's good. So then the last step really is, I put some flour on a surface. You could use a piece of plastic, wrap with a little bit of flour on it, or maybe a cutting board. And you want to get the crust on there, so hold a second. That's what she looks like. Looks like a sugar cookie dough. But then what I do is like kind of spread this out a little bit. And then turn this over. Ooh. Crazy, I know. On the bottom, always check a little bit in there, but be careful because this is really sharp, so. Okay, get that out. Boop. I'm doing this one-handed, which is a little more complicated. Sorry for my messy countertops. I've been doing multitasking today. Dishes. Okay. Slap it to me. Just kidding. 1. And so you kind of pull off about equal amounts because I'm making 3. So I have 3 sticks of butter in this. There it looks like 4, but I need 3. I don't want 4. Making tortilla and a pecan pie. because I didn't make pecan at Thanksgiving this year. I get it for Christmas because I'm the cook and I can have pecan pie if I want to. Ha. Okay, so now I got 3 amounts. You can pick up the extra. See how it sticks together really nicely? You kind of want to flatten it out into a disc. Like that, they call that a disc. Looks like a gigantic muffin or biscuit, but it stays together. That's important. If it starts to fall apart, it's kind of scary. You can add a little water to it. If you have extra butter, just start over. You can use it for cookies or something else, but it needs to sit for half an hour before you use this. And I'm gonna wrap this up with saran wrap and put it in the fridge. I'll show you in a second what it looks like. There's my 3 crusts. I'm gonna put them in the refrigerator, let them rest for half an hour, then take it out for about 15 minutes before I use it. They can last like 3 days in the fridge, or you can also freeze these. I don't usually do that, but you could. So that's it. And then you just put it down, roll it out on a floured surface, and use it like you would a bought crust. These are so much better. Anyway, here you go.